each light some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine. Into each heart some tears must fall, but someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each light some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine. Into each heart some tears must fall, but someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each and every life, some rain has got to fall. But too much of that stuff has fallen into mine. And into each heart, some tears gotta fall. But I know that someday that sun is bound to shine.
Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts,
but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
I've been to the zoo. I said, I've been to the zoo. Lady, I've been to the zoo.
What? I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
I went to the zoo and walked until I came here. Have I been walking north?
I guess so.
Is that Fifth Avenue?
Well, I think so, yes.
And what is that cross street there? That one to the right.
That? Oh, that's 74th Street.
And the zoo is around 65th Street. So I've been walking north.
Yes, it would seem so.
Good old north. But not due north.
Well, not due north, but we call it north. It's northerly.
Well, girl, you're not gonna get lung cancer, are you?
No, madam, not from this.
No, madam. What you'll probably get is cancer of the mouth. Then you'll have to wear one of those things for Gore after they took one whole side of his jaw away. What do they call those things?
A prothesis?
The very thing, a prosthesis. You're an educated woman, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
Oh, no. I read about it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
I suppose not.
am glad that's Fifth Avenue there.
Yes.
I don't like the west side of the park much.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Do you mind if we talk?
Oh no. Not really.
Yes, you do. You do.
No, really, I don't mind at all.
Yes, you do.
I don't mind at all, really.
It's a nice day.
Yes. Yes, it is lovely.
I've been to the zoo.
I think you said that before, didn't you?
I bet you got a TV, haven't you?
Oh, why yes, I have two. One for my daughters.
Oh, you're married.
Oh, why certainly.
Well, isn't the law, for God's sake?
Oh,
And you have a husband?
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes, two.
Boys?
No, girls. Both girls.
But you wanted boys.
Well, naturally, every mother wants a son, but...
But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
And you're not going to have any more kids, are you?
No. No more. How did you know about that? Why would you say that?
Just the way you cross your legs. Perhaps it's something in the voice. Or maybe, I'm just guessing, is it your husband?
That's none of your business! Do you understand? Well, you're right. We'll have no more children.
But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I guess so.
Do you mind if I ask you questions?
Oh no, not really.
I'll tell you why I do it. I don't really get to talk to too many people except to say things like, "Give me a beer," or "Where's the John?" or "What time does the picture show go on?" or "Keep your hands to yourself, buddy." Things like that.
I'm not sure. I don't quite.
But every once in a while, I like to really talk to somebody. Get to know them. Know all about them.
And I'm the guinea pig for today?
On a sun-drenched Sunday afternoon like this, who better than a nice married woman with $2 and a dog? No? 2 dogs. Huh? No dogs? Oh, that's such a shame. You seem like such an animal girl. Cats? Cats. That can't be your idea, no. Your daughters? Anything else I should know?
We have 2 parakeets. One for each of my daughters.
Birds.
My daughters keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Do they carry disease? The birds.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame. If they did, you could set them loose in the house and the cats could eat them and die. And what else? What do you do to support your enormous household?
I have an executive position with a small publishing house. We publish textbooks.
Oh, that sounds nice. Really nice. How much do you make?
Now, look here.
Oh, come on.
I make around $200,000 a year. But I never carry more than 40 at any given moment. In case you're a hold-up man.
Where do you live? Oh, look, I'm not gonna rob you. I'm not gonna kidnap your parakeets or your cats or your daughters.
I live between Lexington and 3rd Avenue on 74th Street.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
I didn't mean to seem... It's just that you don't really carry on a conversation. All you do is ask questions. And I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
Say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear,
Don't you my dear me?
was I being patronizing? I do believe I was. I'm sorry, it's just that your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing?
Well, I have been publishing, not writing.
So be it. Truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh, now, you needn't say that.
Alright. Who are your favorite authors? Baudelaire and... Stephen King.
I like a great many writers. I have a considerable catholicity in taste, if I do say so myself. Baudelaire, of course, the finer of the two men, but Stephen King has a place in our national...
Skip it. Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up 5th Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in the village?
No, I don't. I took the subway down to the village so I can walk up 5th Avenue to the zoo. It's a thing a person has to do sometimes. Sometimes a person has to go long distance out of the way in order to come back short distance correctly.
Oh, I thought you lived in the village.
What were you trying to do? Make sense out of things? Bring order? Little pigeonhole bit? Well, that's easy, I'll tell you. I live in a 4-story brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side of Columbus Avenue in Central Park West. I live on the top floor, rear west. It's a laughably small room, and one of my walls is made of beaver board. This beaver board separates my room from another laughably small room. So I assumed that the 2 rooms were once one room. Small, but not necessarily laughable. The room beyond my beaver board wall is occupied by a colored queen who always leaves his door open. Well, not always, but always when he plucks his eyebrows, which he does with the Buddhist concentration. This colored queen has rotten teeth, which is rare, and he also wears a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare. He wears his kimono to and from the John, which is pretty frequent. I mean, he goes to the John a lot. But he never bothers me, and he never brings anyone up to his room. All he ever does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, and go to the John. Now, the 2 front rooms on my floor are a little larger, I guess, but they're pretty small too. There's a Puerto Rican family living in one of them, a husband and wife and some kids. I don't know how many. These people entertain a lot. And in the other front room, there's somebody living there. But I don't know who it is. I never met them. Never. Never ever.
Why do you live there?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like a very nice place where you live.
Well, no. It isn't an apartment in the East 70s. But then again, I don't have 1 husband, 2 cats, 2 dogs, 2 parakeets. What I do have, I have tour articles, a few clothes, a hot plate I'm not supposed to have, a can opener, one that works with a key. You know. 2 knives, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 1 small, 1 large, 3 bowls, a plate, a saucer, a drinking glass, 2 picture frames, both empty, 8 or 9 books, a pack of pornographic playing cards, a regular deck, an old rusty wooden typewriter that only types in capital letters, and a strong box without a lock, which has in it, what? Some rocks. Some sea-rounded rocks I picked up at the beach when I was a kid, under which, way down, are some letters. Some please letters. Please, why don't you do this? And please, when will you do that? Oh, and when letters too. When will you write? When will you come? When? These letters are from more recent years.
About those 2 empty picture frames?
I don't see why they need any explanation at all. Isn't it clear? I have no pictures of anyone to put them in.
Your parents? Perhaps a boyfriend?
You're a very sweet woman, possessed of a truly enviable innocence. But fact of the matter is, good old Mom and good old Pop are dead. Oh, and I'm broken up about it too. I mean, really. But that little act is playing closed circuit now, so I don't see how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, or rather to be pointed out about it, good old Mom walked in on good old Pop when I was 10.5 years old. She embarked on an adulterous turn of her southern states, a journey of a year's duration, and her most constant companion, among many others, was Mr. Barleycorn. At least that's what good old Pop told me, after he went down, came back, and brought her body north. We received the news between Christmas and New Year that good old Mom had parted with the ghost in some dump in Alabama. And without the ghost, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? A stiff. A northern stiff. At any rate, good old Pop celebrated New Year for an even 2 weeks and then slapped into a somewhat moving city omnibus. That's where clean things out family-wise. Well, no. Then there was Mom's sister, who was given neither to sin nor the consolation of the bottle. My memory of her is slight, except that she did all things dourly. Sleeping, eating, working, praying. She dropped dead to the stairs of her apartment, my apartment then too, on the afternoon of my high school graduation. A terrible Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, you're what? But I had no feeling about that which I care to admit myself. But perhaps you can see why good old Mom and good old Pop remain frameless. What's your name, by the way, your first name?
Oh, I'm Patty.
I'd forgotten to ask you. I'm Gerry.
Hi, Gerry.
Now let's see. What's the point of having a boys picture, especially in 2 picture frames? You remember I have 2. See, I never see the pretty little men more than once. And most of them want to be caught dead in the same room with the camera. It's odd. No wonder if it's sad.
The men?
No. I wonder if it's sad that I've never been able to see the pretty little men more than once. You see, I've never been able to have sex with, or, no, how is it put? Make love to anybody more than once. Once and that's it. Oh, wait. For a week and a half when I was 15 and I hanged my head in shame that puberty was late, I was HOMOSEXUAL. I mean, it was queer. Queer, with bells ringing and banners snapping in the wind. And for those 11 days, I met at least twice a day for the park superintendent's daughter, a Greek girl whose birthday was the same as mine, except that she was a year older. I think I was very much in love. Or maybe it's just the sex. Either way, that suggests of a very different hotel now, wasn't it? And now, I do love the little men. Really, I love them. For about an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly simple to me.
Look, are you gonna tell me to get married and have parakeets?
Forget about the parakeets. Stay single if you want. It's no business of mine. I didn't start the conversation in...
All right. I'm sorry. All right? You're not angry.
No, I'm not angry.
Good. Interesting you ask about the picture frames, though. I would have thought you would ask about the pornographic playing cards.
I've seen those cards before.
Oh, that's not the point. I suppose your pals had a pack and they passed them around when you were a kid. Or you had a pack of your own?
Well, I guess most of us did.
And you threw them away just before you got married.
Look here. I didn't need anything like that when I got married.
No?
I'd rather not talk about these things.
So don't. Besides, I wasn't trying to plumb your post-adolescent sexual life in hard times. What I was trying to get at was the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing cards when you're older. You see, when you're a kid, you use the cards as a substitute for the real experience. And when you're older, you use the real experience as a substitute for the fantasy. But I imagine you'd rather hear what happened at the zoo.
Oh yes, the zoo! That is... if you...
Well, let me tell you why I went. Well, let me tell you some things. I've told you about the 4th floor of my rooming house where I live, right? I think the floors are better as you go down. I don't know. I don't know any of the people on the 3rd or 2nd floors. Oh, wait, no. I do know that there's one woman on the 3rd floor. I know because she's crying all the time. Whenever I pass her door, whenever I'm coming in or going out, I always hear her crying. Muffled, but very determined. Very determined indeed. But the one I'm getting to, and all about the landlady, and all about the dog, is the landlady. Now, I don't like using words that are too harsh in describing people. Really, I don't. But that landlady is a fat, ugly, mean, stupid, unwashed, misanthropic, cheap, drunken bag of garbage! Ugh. And you may have noticed I very seldom use profanity, so I can't describe her as well as I might.
You describe her vividly.
Oh, thanks. Anyway, the landlady has a dog, and she and the dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. The landlady is bad enough. She's always spying on me, leaning around in the entrance hall, making sure I don't bring in things or people. And when she's at her mid-afternoon pint of lemon-flavored gin, she always stops me in the hallway, grabs a hold of my coat or my arm, and presses her disgusting body against mine. Just press me in the corner so we can talk. The smell of her body and her breath, you can imagine. And somewhere in the back of the pea-sized brain of hers, an organ developed just enough for her to eat, drink, and emit. She has a foul parody of sexual desire, Patty. And I, Patty, I am the object of her sweaty lust.
That's disgusting. That's horrible.
But I found a way to keep her off. Whenever she talks to me, whenever she... Whenever she talks to me, whenever she stops me in the hallway and talks about her room and how I should come there, I merely say, "Wasn't yesterday enough for you, and the day before?" She puzzles, makes slits out of her tiny eyes, and then she begins to sway. And then, Patty, this is when I think I'm doing some good in that tormented house. A simple-minded smile begins to form on her awful face as she giggles and groans as she thinks about yesterday and the day before. She relives and believes what never happened. Then she motions to her black monster of a dog she has, goes up to her room, and I am safe until our next meeting.
That's so unthinkable. I can't believe people such as that really are.
Oh, it's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes.
And fact is better left to fiction. You're right, Patty. But what I've been meaning to tell you about is the dog. I shall now.
Oh, yes.
Well, don't go. You're not thinking of going, are you?
I wasn't planning on it.
Because, you know, after I tell you about the dog, do you know what then? Then I'll tell you what happened at the zoo.
You're just so full of stories, aren't you?
You don't have to listen. Nobody's forcing you to stay. Remember that. Keep that in your mind.
I know that.
You do? Good. All right. The story of Gerry and the dog. What I'm about to tell you has something to do with how sometimes it's necessary to go a long distance out of the way in order to come back short distance correctly. Or at least I think it does. Anyway, it's why I went to the zoo today, and why I walked northernly rather, until I came here. All right. The dog, I think I told you, is a black monster of a beast. No oversized head, tiny ears, and eyes. Bloodshot. Infected, maybe. In the body, you can see the ribs through the skin. The dog is black. All black. All black except for the bloodshot eyes. And, an open sore on its... right forepaw. That's red too. And the dog must be an old one. Certainly a misused one. Almost always has an erection of sorts. That's red too. And yes, there's this whitish, grayish, yellowish color whenever he bares his teeth. Like this! Which is what he did the first time he saw me, the first time I moved in. Now, I worried about that animal the very minute I met him. Animals don't really take to me like St. Francis had birds hanging off of him. What I mean to say is animals are indifferent to me. Like people. Most of the time. But this dog wasn't indifferent. From the very moment he met me, he'd snarl and go for one of my legs. Not that he was rabid, you know. He was a stumbly dog. But he wasn't that fast either. It was a good, stumbly run. But I always managed to kick free and get away. Look where my dress is mended. He got that the second day I moved in there. But I managed to kick free upstairs and get away, so that was that. I still don't know to this day how the other roomers manage it. But you know what I think? I think it has only to do with me. Cozy? So anyway, this went on for about a week. Whenever I came in, but never when I went out. That's funny. Or it was funny. I could pack up and live in the street for all the dog cared. So I thought about my room one day. I made up my mind about the dog. First, I'll kill the dog with kindness. And if that doesn't work, I'll just kill him. Oh, don't react, Patty, just listen. The next day, I bought a bag of hamburgers. Medium rare, no ketchup, no onions. On the way home, I just cut the meat and threw away the rolls. When I got to the entrance hall, the beast was waiting for me. I half opened the door, and there he was, waiting for me, it figured. I walked in cautiously. I had the bag of meat, you remember. I opened up the bag and set it about 12 feet from where the dog was snarling at me, like so. The dog snarled, stopped, sniffed, then moved closer, then faster till he got to the meat. When he got to the meat, he stopped, and he looked at me. And I smiled, but tentatively, you understand. He turned his face back to the meat, smelled, sniffed some more, and then he tore into them. It was as if he'd never eaten anything before except in his life except garbage. Which very well may be the truth. I don't think the landlady has ever eaten anything before in her life except garbage. But there he was, eating all the meat almost all at once, making sounds in his throat like a whore. But he ate the meat, the hamburger, and tried to eat the paper too. He sat back and he smiled. I think he smiled. I know cats do. It was a very gratifying few moments. And then bam! But he didn't get me this time either. So I went upstairs to my room, I laid down on my bed, and I started to think about the dog again. To be honest, I was offended. I was damn mad too. It was 6 perfectly good hamburgers with not enough pork in them to make them disgusting. I was offended. But I decided to try for a few more days anyway. If you think about it, this dog had amounted to a sort of antipathy towards me. And I wondered if I might try and break the antipathy. So I tried for a few more days, but it was always the same. The dog would snarl, sniff, move faster, eat, stare, gobble, rah, smile, then bang. Well, by this time Columbus Avenue was strewn about with hamburger rolls, and I was less offended than disgusted. So I decided to kill the dog. Oh, don't be so alarmed, Patty. I didn't succeed. The day I tried to kill the dog, I bought only 1 hamburger and what I thought was a murderous portion of rat poison. When I bought the hamburger, I asked the man not to bother with the roll. All I wanted was the meat. I expected some sort of reaction from him, like, "We don't sell another hamburger without the roll." Or, "What do you want to do? Eat it out of your hands?" But no, he smiled benignly, wrapped up the meat, and said, "I'd like to fill your pussycat." What I wanted to say was, no, not really. It's part of a plan to poison the dog I know. But you can't say a dog I know without sounding funny. So I said, a little too loudly, I'm afraid, and too formally, "Yes, a bite for my pussycat." People looked up. It always happens when I try to simplify things. People look up. But that's neither hither nor thither. So on my way home, I needed to gather hamburger meat and the rat poison, feeling as much sadness as disgust. When I got to the entrance hall, the beast was there, waiting to take my offering and then jump me. Poor bastard. He never realized the time he took to smile just gave me enough time to get out of range. But there he was, Mevelins with an erection. I put the poison patty down, and I walked towards the stairs and watched. The beast gobbled down the food. As usual. Didn't smile. As usual. Which made me almost sick. And then bam! He made for me again, but he didn't get me as usual. I got away as usual. And then it came to pass that the beast was deathly ill. I knew this because he no longer attended me, and because the landlady sobered up. She stopped me in the hallway on the evening of the attempted murder to confide the information that God stuck a puppy dog, a surely fatal blow. Her eyes were wide open for the first time. They looked like the dog's eyes. She sniffled and implored me to pray for the animal. What I wanted to say was, Madam, I have myself to pray for. The Puerto Rican family, the colored queen, the person who I've never met, the woman who cries deliberately behind her closed door, and all the people in all the rooming houses everywhere. Besides, madam, I don't understand how to pray. But, to simplify things, I told her I would. She looked up. She said that I was a liar, and that I probably wanted her dog to die. And I told her, and there's so much truth here, that I didn't want the dog to die. I didn't. And not just because I poisoned him. No, I'm afraid I must tell you, I wanted the dog to live so I can see what our new relationship might come to. Please try to understand, Patty. Those kinds of things are important. You must believe me, they are important. We have to know the results of our actions. Well, at any rate, the beast survived. He recovered. And I have no idea why, unless he's the descendant of the puppy dog that guarded the gates of hell or some such resort. I'm not up to date on my mythology. Are you? Well, at any rate, and you missed the $8,000 question, Patty. At any rate, the dog recovered his health, and the landlady recovered to her lust, in no way altered by the Bow Wow's deliverance. When they came back for a movie that was playing on 42nd Street, a movie I'd seen, or like one I've seen, or like several I've seen, when the landlady told me that Puppy Kids was better, I was so hoping that the dog would be waiting for me. I was, well, how would you put it? Enticed. No. Fascinated. No. I don't think so. Heart-shatteringly anxious. That's it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious to confront my friend again. Yes, Patty, friend. That's the only word for it. I was heart-shatteringly, etc. to confront my doggy friend again. I opened the door to the entrance hall and ran to the middle of the room unafraid. And there the beast was, looking at me. And you know what? He looked better for his scrape with the... Never mind. I looked at him, he looked at me, and I think we stayed a long time that way. Just looking at one another. Still stone statue. I looked at him. He looked at me. I looked more into his face than he did to mine. I mean, I could concentrate longer and look into a dog's face more than a dog can look into mine. But for that 20 seconds, or 2 hours, that we looked at each other, we made contact. Now, here's what I want to have happen now. I love the dog, and I wanted the dog to love me. I tried to kill, I tried to love, and both have been unsuccessful by themselves. I hoped, and I don't really understand why I thought the dog would understand anything, much less my motivations. I hope that the dog would understand. It's just if you can't deal with people, you have to make a start somewhere. With animals. Don't you see, if you can't find a way with dealing with people, you have to find a way of dealing with something. Not with people, with with a bed, with a cockroach, with a mirror. No, not a mirror. That's too hard. That's one of the last steps. With a with a cockroach, with a roll of toilet paper. No, not a roll of toilet paper. That's a mirror too. Oh, cheap lady. See how hard it is to find things? With a street corner with too many lights, reflections on the only wet streets, with a wisp of smoke, with a wisp of smoke, with pornographic playing cards, with the pornographic playing cards, with the strong box without a lock, with love, with vomiting, with crying with fear because pretty little men making money with their bodies, and that's the love, and I can prove it with howling because you're alive with God. How about that? With God, who is a colored queen who plucks his eyebrows, who is a woman who cries with determination behind her closed door. With God, who I'm told turned his back on the whole thing some time ago. But someday with people with an idea, a concept. We're better. We're better in this humiliating excuse for a jail. We're better to express a simple-minded idea than in an entrance hall, where it would be a start, where it would be a beginning of an understanding, just possibly be understood, a beginning of an understanding then with a dog. Just that. A dog. A dog. Seemed like a perfectly sensible idea. Man is dog's best friend, after all. So the dog and I looked at each other. I longer than the dog. And what had happened then has been the same ever since. Whenever the dog and I see each other, we stop where we are. We regard each other with a mixture of sadness and suspicion. And we feign indifference. We walk past each other safely. It's very sad, but you'll have to admit that it is understanding. We had made many attempts at contact, and we had failed. The dog has returned to garbage. Nigh to solitary but free passage. I have not returned. I meant to say that I have gained solitary free passage. That much further loss can be said to be gained. I have learned that neither kindness nor cruelty have any effect beyond themselves, independent of each other. I have learned when the two combine together are teaching emotion. When this game is lost. What has been the result? The dog and I have attained a compromise. More of a bargain, really. We neither love nor hurt because we do not try to reach each other. And was trying to feed the dog an act of love? And perhaps it was the dog's attempt to bite me, not an act of love. If we can so misunderstand, well then, why have we invented the word love in the first place? The story of Gerry and the dog. The end. Well, Patty? Patty. Do you think I could sell that story to Reader's Digest to make a couple $100 for the most unforgettable character I've ever met? Oh, come on, Patty. Tell me what you think.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. Why did you tell me all this?
Why not?
I don't understand.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
I tried to explain to you as I went along. I went slowly. It has all to do with...
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't understand you, or your landlady, or her dog.
Her dog? I thought it was mine! No, you're right. It is her dog. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course you wouldn't understand. I'm not married with parakeets. I don't live on your block or whatever your setup is. I'm a permanent transient, and my home is a sickening rooming house on the Upper West Side of New York City, which is the greatest city in the world. Amen!
I'm sorry, I...
Forget it. I suppose you don't quite know what to make of me.
We get all kinds in publishing.
You're a very funny woman. You know that? You're a very richly comic person.
Oh, no. No, I'm not.
Patty, do I annoy you or confuse you?
Well, I must confess, this wasn't the afternoon I anticipated.
You mean expecting?
I wasn't expecting anybody.
No, I don't imagine you were. But I'm here now and I'm not leaving.
Well, you may not be, but I really must be getting going.
Oh, come on, stay a little longer.
Oh, no, I really must go. You see,
No, come on.
Oh, hey, no, stop. Stop. No, after all, the parakeets will be getting dinner ready, and the cats will be setting the table, stop.
Patty?
What?
Listen now.
What? Oh my dear, what is it?
Patty, do you want to know what happened at the zoo?
Oh yes. I had to zoom my own there for a moment, with the parakeets getting dinner ready soon, and the cats setting the table, and the whatever it was.
Yes, Patty, it was very funny. I never would have expected it. But do you want to hear what happened at the zoo or not?
Oh, yes. Do tell me what happened at the zoo. Oh my. I don't know what came over me. Oh.
Well, I'll let you in on what happened at the zoo. But first, let me tell you why I went to the zoo. I went to the zoo to see how people exist with animals and how animals exist with each other. I suppose it wasn't really a fair test, what with everybody separated from bars from everybody else. For the most part, the animals separated from each other and always separated from animals from the people. But if it's a zoo, then that's the way it's gotta be. Move over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not have enough room?
So all the animals are there and all the people are there and it's Sunday, so all the children are there. Move over.
All right.
And it's a hot day, so the stench is there, and the balloon sellers are there, and the ice cream sellers are there, and the birds are screaming, the seals are barking. Move over.
Can't move over anymore.
And I'm there, and the lion keeper's there at the lion dens to feed the lions at the lion cages, to feed one of the lions, because it's feeding time at the lion cages. Move over.
Look here, you have more than enough room. And stop hitting me. What's the matter with you?
Do you want to hear the rest of the story or not?
I don't think I do. I certainly don't want to be punched in the arm again.
No, like that?
Stop that. What's the matter with you?
I'm crazy, you bastard.
That's not funny.
Listen, Patty, I want this bench. You go sit on that bench over there, and if you're good, I'll tell you the rest of the story.
What's the reason? Why should I give you my bench? Besides, I see no reason why I should. I sit on this bench almost every Sunday. In good weather. It's secluded here. No one ever comes here. I have this bench all to myself.
Get off this bench, Patty. I want it. No! I said get off this bench. I want this bench and I'm going to have it. Now get over there.
People can't have everything they want. You should know this. It's a rule. People can have some of the things they want, but they can't have everything.
Imbecile. You're slow-witted. You're a vegetable. Go lie down on the ground.
Look, I've put up with you all afternoon.
Not really.
Long enough. I've put up with you long enough. And well, I've listened to you because I thought you wanted someone to talk to.
You put things, well, economically. And how do I put justice to your... Jesus. You make me sick. Get out of here and give me my bench.
My bench!
Get out of my sight.
God damn you! I've had enough! I've had enough of you! You are not going to have my bench. This is my bench, and that's that! Now, get off my bench! Go away, I said! Get out of here! If you don't go, you're a bum! That's what you are! If you don't go, I'll call a policeman and make you go! I warn you, I'll call the policeman!
You will find a policeman around here. They're over the west side of the park chasing fairies out of trees and bushes. That's all they do. That's their function. So go ahead. Scream your head off. It won't do you any good.
Police! I warn you, I'll have you arrested. Police! I said police! I feel ridiculous!
You look ridiculous. Imagine a grown woman calling for the police on a bright Sunday afternoon in the park when nobody's bothering her. If a policeman did fill his quota and come sledging on over here, he'd probably take you in as a nut.
Great God. All I wanted to do was read my book. And now you want me to give up my bench? You're mad.
Hey, as they say, I'm on your precious bench, and you're never gonna have it for yourself again.
Look, you. Give me my bench. I don't care if it makes sense or not. This is my bench, and I want you off of it!
Oh, look who's mad.
Get out!
No,
Go away!
you know how ridiculous you look now.
It doesn't matter! Now go away!
Why? Why? You have everything you could ever want. You said so yourself. You told me about your home, your family, your own little zoo. You have everything you could possibly want, and now you want this bench? Tell me, Patty, are these the things men fight for? Is this bench, is this iron and wood your honor? Is this the one thing in the world you would fight for? You think of anything more absurd.
Absurd? I'm not going to talk to you about honor. I'm not even going to try to explain it. Besides, even if it were about honor, you wouldn't understand.
You have no idea what you're talking about, do you? This is probably the most trying thing you've ever had to face besides changing your cat's toilet box. Stupid. Don't you have any other idea at all what other people need?
Oh boy, listen to you. Well, you don't need this bench. That's for sure.
Yes, I do.
I've come here for years. I've had many hours of great pleasure, great satisfaction, right here. And that's important to a woman. I'm an adult. I'm a responsible person. And you have no right to take my bench away from me!
Fight for it then. Defend yourself. Defend your bench.
All right? You've pushed me to it. Stand up and fight!
Like a man?
Yes, like a man, if you insist on mocking me further.
You know what, Patty? I'll give you credit for one thing. You are a vegetable.
Stop that!
And the nearsighted one at that too. But you know what I think? As
That's
happens to
enough!
me all the time, you have a certain dignity about you. It surprises me. Very well, Patty. We'll fight for your precious bench. But we're not evenly matched.
You are mad. You're stark raving mad. You're gonna kill me.
There you go. Pick it up. You'll have a knife and we'll be more evenly matched.
No!
Now you pick up that knife and you fight with
No!
me.
Let go!
You fight for your self-respect. You fight for that goddamn bench.
Help!
You miserable bitch. You fight for that bench. You fight for your self-respect. You pathetic little vegetable. Oh! You couldn't even give your husband a male child.
It's a matter of genetics, you monster! Now! Give you one last chance. Get out of here and leave me alone!
So be it. Thank you, Patty. I mean that now. Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I came on to you, and you have comforted me. Dear Patty. You better go now. You don't want to be around if anybody comes by.
Oh my god.
Patty! I'll tell you one thing. You're not a vegetable. You're an animal. You're an animal too. You better go now. So that when it comes, see, it's fine. Patty, wait. Go get your book. Go get your book near your bench. My bench. Go get your book. Hurry, Patty! Very good. Very good, Patty. Now go home. Parakeets are set on the table. Cats are making dinner.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each light some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.